everyone. Thank you for joining us for another AMA. And for those not yet part of the community, remember to follow us on Twitter, Telegram, or Discord for those weekly updates. And thanks for Gennady for joining me to discuss an eventful November as we fast approach the end of 2022. So, Gennady, have you got something to say to the Shping community? And I know everyone can see Sam, but I'll pass it over to Gennady.
Good morning, good evening, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Thanks for joining us for our November MA. We as always, have a lot to share with you. We want to bring you up to speed on where we're at, where we're heading, answer any questions that came in and those that will come in during the MA. So thanks for joining us. And yeah, Tristan.
Okay, look, we have a very special guest on with us today. That's Sam, our Shping CSO, to give us a brand update and take us through our newest case study. Sam, if you want to introduce yourself to the Shping community.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening all. Sam White, Chief Sales Officer at Shping, and it's my absolute pleasure to be joining Gennady and Tristan for today's AMA. And we've got an action-packed agenda that we'll be taking you through, covering off some pretty interesting highlights that have been occurring over the last few weeks for the business, which is really exciting and really reassuring. And I'll look forward to taking you through those throughout today. Thanks, Tristan.
Perfect. Thank you, Sam. So let's get right into the AMA. We've had a number of questions come back from the community, and so I'd like to tackle those as well as the update from our last AMA. Gennady, what can you tell it, or can you give us an update on the Coinbase Learn and Earn campaign so far?
Look, we all we know is that it's going very well. We have a lot of the way we sort of monitor the performance is based on number of users that come across to Shping platform. So those who've participated in the AMA, and as the last step, it gives them an option to download the app or follow us on the social channel. So we're seeing a very high conversion. Not surprising, because we're at this stage targeting just Australian audience. So when they learn about the product, it's relevant. It's very easy for them to jump right on it. And so we're seeing a lot of conversion, and based on the retention reports that we're seeing a very high retention from those who come from the Coinbase. So it works very well. I don't have any numbers yet in terms of how many people have actually taken part in Learn and Earn, but it's a long project, so I think it's going to be running for up to 18 months in Australia. So we're probably by that time is going to be doing in parallel other Learn and Earns in the other countries. So it's working well, and we're very, very pleased to see the conversions we're seeing on those who took part, who've started using the app and really enjoying the app. We're even seeing a lot of the reviews on the app stores expressing their excitement on using the app.
And that partnership with Coinbase kind of leads us into our next question from the community, which is about partnerships. And they've asked, look, partnerships have always been an important factor for every project. So who are we partnering with, and what benefits do we get from those relationships?
Look, any partnership is where two parties can add value to one another. So for us, one of the strong areas of partnership is content provider. So we work with GS1. So GS1 is the company that governs all of the barcodes and product registration. So for us, GS1 is the product identifier. It's a key entrance to the product, where we've developed our system that we use GTIN, Global Trade Item Number, which is assigned to pretty much all of the products that you're seeing out there in retail. And then we link all of the product-related information to that barcode. Through this partnership with GS1, we obviously have access to all of the developments in the standards. We contribute towards the standard development as well. And we have access to a product database that all of the new registration of products that are coming through in Australia, mainly because we work with GS1 Australia. We're able to and enable those products straight away for product reviews, for the interactions, and we start capturing and enriching our data on top of on the layer of GS1. So GS1 is one of our strong partners. We work with SKUvantage. So SKUvantage is one of the largest product information management tool, PIM platforms. So, for example, all of the images that we're seeing on, let's say, Coles website or Woolworths website, or a lot of other big e-commerce websites, those images and product information is stored by brands on SKUvantage. The advantage of partnership there is that, for example, when Pepsi or when any other brands come on board with us, instead of rebuilding all of the product information in Shping platform, this information can flow from SKUvantage into Shping. All they do is they enable the checkbox saying within the dashboard on SKUvantage to say, we are working with Shping, we want our information to flow in Shping. And overnight, all of the profiles are being built, which makes the onboarding a lot quicker, a lot easier. And also we have one single source of information. So for example, if they decide to change one of the images or change something in the ingredients of the product, this information straight away gets updated in a Shping platform. We work with Australian Organic certification because this organization wants to be able to educate consumers, shoppers about the importance of buying organic products, why it's important, but also being able to validate, is this certified organic logo on the packaging, is that valid, or has it been just simply printed by brand without the consent or without meeting specific guidelines. We work with Product of the Year certification and other certification bodies. So the value we add is we are able to have access to trusted content in relation to products, which is important to our users, app users. They want to be able to access product-related information when they're interacting with the product and make sure it's relevant. But also for those certification bodies, they want to be able to educate consumers why this certification is important, what value they add to the product. And so this partnership works sort of hand in hand. We are able to assist those organizations, and they're able to assist us. Coinbase is not only the exchange, now it's a technology partner. We've integrated Coinbase Wallet into a Shping app, adds a lot of value for Coinbase users, adds a lot of value to us. And we have a pretty long list of existing partners, as well as the upcoming partnerships that we're working on.
It's great to hear about the nuances that Shping has got with partners, because that really adds value to the platform. It's not just our own proposition value. We've got all these other different partners adding more to Shping users and beyond. I'd like to throw it to Sam, though, to give us a bit of a rundown on what's happening on the B2B side for Shping. Sam, what update can you give us in terms of the brands that we're working with?
Thanks, Tristan. Well, it's been a very interesting, as I mentioned at the start, a very interesting last 4 weeks, probably since your last AMA. And to that, leading with the best news first. So I can report that we were in the process of onboarding the large global multinational FMCG business with Kraft Heinz. So Kraft Heinz, we were in conversations with Kraft Heinz, and we had onboarded one of their market-leading fruit juice beverage products called Golden Circle, which is a category leader here in Australia. And they came on board for what was going to be a trial period with us. But after a very short period of time, of only just a couple of weeks into the trial and reporting some very successful key results for them, they were very impressed and have now moved across to being one of our leading partner brands on Shping. But also with that, given the merit of our platform and testament to our unique value proposition, they have actually now onboarded and have approved for us to onboard the market-leading brand Heinz. So Heinz is a global brand, category leader in the UK, particularly in the USA, and also here in Australia across all their categories. So they operate across beans and spaghetti, soups, frozen vegetables, right across the different meal solutions, which are key for our app users on the platform, but a significant, very, very large brand for us to bring on board here at Shping. So we're very proud to onboard not only Golden Circle, but the Heinz brand, which is synonymous within the grocery segment. Also with that, in terms of our large, diverse portfolios, we've also onboarded a new up-and-coming and high-growth brand called Freshwater Farms, which is a leading body care range of body wash, soaps, etc. And they have quite a unique value proposition. They're Australian-made and owned, and for them, they see a real opportunity in partnering with Shping, particularly in terms of delivering qualified product and video reviews for their products. So it's been an exciting few weeks. We've got a very strong pipeline, I can say, leading into Christmas, but particularly into the new year, with some other medium, but also some very significant large brands moving forward. So I'll keep you posted. I look forward to updating you at the next AMA. We've got some very strong momentum, and with that comes some significant recognition in the marketplace with what we can offer.
That's amazing news, Sam. I mean, Kraft Heinz must really give volition to what the Shping brand and what they can produce for users. So, I mean, it's just so exciting for us. And hopefully, you're right, hopefully some other major brands follow suit. And in saying that, we released a case study earlier this month with Natura. Before I play that case study, can you tell us a bit more about the relationship with Natura, what they were trying to get out of it with Shping, why they joined the platform, that type of thing?
Yeah, certainly. And look, just to sort of give context to everyone on the call, so Natura Organic, they are an infant formula and toddler milk drink, which, as you can therefore imagine, has quite a fairly niche audience. And we'll see what results we're able to achieve in the case study, but which Tristan will play for you shortly. But essentially, with what we're able to do with Natura Organic was that we're able to deliver their brand message to consumers and that niche consumer base that are looking for infant formula and toddler milk drinks, using a digital experience for in-store shopping, namely Shping. And what you'll see in this case study, both myself and also their head of marketing, Ben Lovett, we explain the challenges that brands face actually in today's market, and how Shping was actually able to provide a platform that could enable Natura Organic to really, I suppose, further educate their consumers, but also tell their brand story in a meaningful way. Thanks, Tristan.
Okay, look, I'm going to save my question until after I play the case study. So I'm just going to play it for everybody at home so we all know what we're talking about, give it some context. So without further ado, let me just add this to the stream so everyone.
At Natura Organic, we believe it takes a village to raise a child, and that all parents deserve to be supported on their parenting journey. So we're always looking to get closer to the end consumer, their needs, their product knowledge, in order to offer our village of support when it comes to making the right purchasing decisions in the area of infant nutrition. But in bricks and mortar stores, we're most often removed from that direct conversation to the end customer. We wanted a technology that could open a communication channel directly to the consumer when shopping in store. That's when we partnered with Shping. With their unique platform, we're able to increase our customers' knowledge of our product and put it at the forefront during the consumer purchasing cycle, incentivize informative reviews and cross-market our product from competitors. It's another way for us to tell the Natura story, and this helps change the game for brands like ours to talk to the end consumer in a one-on-one relationship that drive both positive customer and commercial outcomes.
It's now more than ever that creating a compelling digital experience is a critical mission for brands. Natura Organic, we're looking for an effective brand enabler and recognise our ability to provide a platform for seamless consumer engagement, giving Natura Organic the ability to drive conversions and their brand story. It's the Shping shopping companion app that directs shoppers during the discovery phase to learn more about the products, read and watch ultra-qualified, unbiased product reviews, and quickly flag those products for purchase in our smart shopping list. This creates another channel of communication for brands to reach the end consumer.
Even from the demonstration stage, we could see the enormous potential of the platform. Our challenge, to get our story across to the end consumer in a meaningful and compelling way, which was exactly what Shping could provide with their shopper companion app. And with a relevant FMCG audience means that we're talking to the right person at the right time, reducing our wasted reach, which has always been an issue using other B2C advertising platforms. The ability to be agile was key for us, and being able to serve personalized dynamic content to an invested consumer means that we can create thousands of product experts and deliver our brand message in store, something most other platforms can't compete with.
Natura Organic, being an infant formula and toddler milk drink, has a fairly niche audience, but we were able to achieve some amazing results with over 30,000 product interactions that led to around 6,000 website visits and thousands of social media connections. We generated 106 moderated and verified reviews that can be used across other e-commerce and retail sites, adding to our value proposition. We've demonstrated the ability to connect brands to the right person at the right time and provide meaningful value to both parties. We're seeing a revolution in the retail space that is long overdue, and now brands like Natura Organic are reaping the benefits of a new shopper engagement platform in Shping.
That's great, Sam. Look, I want to really ask, what's the importance of producing something like this, producing a case study for brands?
Thanks, Tristan. Look, the bottom line is that this type of case study for a B2B perspective is key in terms of really highlighting what our value proposition is all about, and also outlining what we can do for a brand like Natura Organic, which actually has quite a unique proposition for their particular consumers. And I think with that too, despite the fact that many brands out there in the Australian marketplace face many challenges, and this particular case study that we've developed, which we have received fantastic feedback on, can really highlight to a prospective customer or a prospective brand that we're looking to engage, really what we can do for them and the results that we can achieve, which we will be looking to develop more of these with some other brands that we already have on board, which we'll happily share with you once we bring them through the journey. But I think the bottom line is, this particular type of work can really, in a very simple way and relevant way, really bring to life what we at Shping can do for a brand.
That's terrific. And look, you've hit the nail on the head by saying what we can do for brands, and really explaining what Shping is all about as well, and how we're helping not just users, but we're also helping brands. And that kind of leads us into our next topic, which is our white paper. We've just released version 2.0 of the white paper that was announced earlier this month. And Gennady, what can you tell us about the second edition of the white paper, and why that's important that we release the second edition to our original?
Look, it's first of all was very interesting to work on the 2.0 for white paper, only because it's always good to see how some of your original plans and that we as a company had in the very early days have actually eventuated, and it became one of our very strong directions that are very rewarding for the company in terms of its helping us to adopt more clients from the B2B and B2C perspective, that it adds value, and also at the same time find some of the areas that we thought that would be relevant to develop, and we may decide not to continue with them or to maybe postpone them. So the 2.0 is a current vision of the company, but also explains where we're at in terms of many of the areas that we've been working on for the last couple of years, what had been achieved, what worked well, what works and not as well as we maybe hoped for, and the pivoting that we've done to in some of the areas to improve or to expedite some of the sort of milestones that we sort of had on our projections, but we decided to pull forward or move forward. So it's a very interesting document. I hope that those who are interested in what we do and where we're heading would really enjoy reading it. Those who had previously familiarized themselves with the white paper 1.0, I'm sure we'll find 2.0 very interesting, because there is a lot of connection to the previous document, and it's like a season 2 of a very interesting series.
Yes, season 2 of a very interesting series. I can attest that even though it's got some technical information in there, I'm able to read it and follow it. So I hope that everybody from the community gives it a look as we approach our last question. If there are any questions out there from the community, please send them in now so we can address them during this AMA. Otherwise, we'll definitely get to them during the next AMA. One of the questions that we always talk about, and I'm sure the community is always wanting to hear updates on this, which is when are we going to be expanding into other regions? Do you have any update to share on that, Gennady?
And I know this question is coming quite a bit through different channels, and we should have, that's why we've included it. We don't have any exact dates to share, and as soon as we will, we'll definitely we'll share them. But one thing is that everyone needs to be rest assured that every day we're getting closer to that date. There are still certain things that we want to release in Australia. There are some very important features that we are working on that we want to test and make sure that they are at the stage that we are ready to start deploying them internationally before we will take those steps internationally. But Shping is a global platform. We are fully designed to be a global player and to deliver value to users around the world and brands around the world and other stakeholders as we will introduce them into ecosystem. So definitely coming, and we will keep everyone up to date on any development in that area.
No doubt we'll address this in the next AMA, but it's safe to say it's coming. It is definitely coming. So thank you so much, Gennady and Sam, for your time today and for joining me in another AMA and talking to the community about the Shping project. And look, again, if you aren't following us on Twitter or Telegram, Discord, you'll be missing out on regular updates. Make sure that you follow us on those social channels, because we're releasing content all the time and giving regular updates. So thank you so much for joining us for another AMA.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend and speak with you soon.